Hey, so for this problem, we've got um, this. It says it wants us to use transformations to sketch the graph of f using the graph of f x squared given below. So we're wanting to sketch the graph f of x is equal to negative x minus 1 squared minus 3. All right. So first thing I see is this negative x negative 1 right here. All right. I'm going to do a little bit of like simplification before I try and graph it to make it a little bit easier. So I have f of x equals negative minus x minus 1 squared minus 3. All right. I'm going to rewrite this as minus 1 squared or minus 1 times x plus 1 squared minus 3. All right. So I factored out a negative 1 right here. And because it's squared right here, I have to make sure it's separated like this. All right. So then I'm going to get f of x equals negative 1 squared x plus 1 squared minus 3. This negative 1 squared is just 1, so it goes away. And so what we're left with is this can be rewritten as negative x plus 1 squared minus 3. And it still is something that we need to graph, but now we don't have all these like crazy negatives everywhere, and it kind of just makes it look a little bit prettier. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. All right. So this x plus 1 part squared, this looks like if f of x is equal to x squared, this middle part right here looks like f of x plus 1, which is x plus 1 squared. All right. And from previous problems, I know that if this plus 1 is on the inside, that means I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to move it to the left 1. So far, I've got something that looks like this. Taking my f of x squared and moving it to the left 1 unit. Oh, that's not 1 unit. Right here. It looks something like this. All right. Now, this minus right here, we've just done this part. Now looking at this minus sign right here, that means I'm going to take it and flip it across the x-axis because that is negative f of x. Okay. So this negative sign is going to take all these points and move them down. So we're going to have something like this now. All right. And then finally, this minus 3 part means I'm going to take all of my points and move them down 3 units. So 1, 2, 3 right here. 2, 3 right here. 1, 2, 3 right here. So it's going to look something like this. It's kind of a rough sketch, but it's going to look something like this after you've done all your transformations. And this would be my final answer. And so whenever I use that My Open Math, I would click the parabola looking box. It's got like 2 little points on it. And I would pick this point and this point or this point or something like that.